What's going on, APluses, Nerd Mixers? It is your boy, Indy Uchiha. And man, we have one heck of an episode when it came to Swamp Thing this week. I don't even know where to start, man. But like Avery though, I feel like they tried to make you feel sorry for Homeboy, but I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work. He's too good of a villain for me to feel sorry for him. But before we get into that, man. Before we get into Swamp Thing episode 8, A Long Walk Home, let's take care of some bills right quick, man. Just to let you know, A Plus Opinions now has a Patreon. That's right, we are on Patreon. Help us to bring more creative talent juices, just more content for you guys. So if you get a chance, go over and join that. We got a bunch of tiers for you guys to check out. Go see what fits you best. See the loads of extra content you get when it comes to that, and help our community grow. If you don't want to do that, another way you can help the community grow is to go ahead and subscribe to this channel, give us a like, and hit the comments and let us know what you thought about this episode of Swamp Thing. Now, getting back into Swamp Thing episode 8, A Long Walk Home. Man, this was a really good episode. Really good episode. I really dug it. I really don't. Man, the only thing I didn't like about this episode is the fact that I feel like the Green is showing Swampy everything he needs to know. It's with Harlan. Like, what's the reason for him being like he is now is the only thing that I don't know if it's something where he doesn't want to see it. And that's the reason I'm showing it to him. But it showed him a bunch of Abby's past. I mean, Will Patton's Avery went through it this episode. I mean, it was interesting because it like explored his character, gave the background on who he is and why he is. Because he seems as somebody who reveres the swamp, as he knows the swamp gives to them. And you know what I'm saying? As the swamp giveth, the swamp taketh away. But he has this spite, this hatred towards the swamp, and you start to see kind of why. You know what I'm saying? You get thrust forward into the action. You start to see Swampy actually be in some real danger, but we only got 2 episodes left, and it kind of leaves you wondering if all of this is going to be wrapped up in those last 2 episodes that we have. The episode opened up with Avery in the swamp, close to death. We know what happened to him the week prior. But despite all of that, he has enough know-how. Because we forget, even before he even became a businessman, before he came into that money, before he married that lady for all that money, you know what I'm saying? He was a swamper. You know what I'm saying? He was of the swamp folk. So of course he had enough survival skill to rip off part of his shirt, bandage himself up to stop the bleeding, and then starting, as per se the episode said, start on that long walk home. Y'all like to do that? Long walk home. But as he's going, he's being taunted. He sees visions of Lucilia. He gets tortured by. Hold up. Let's go back right quick. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. The visions of Lucilia were crazy. Had some bad CGI, but was crazy. Because that's when you really first time hear like Avery admit that, oh boy, that her son was his son. He cries out to her saying that we can still be together, we can have something. And then when she turns around, pulls that shotgun and pulls the trigger, and it just turns around, he sees nothing happens. He gets up to try to get her and turn her around. You see like these vines and these leaves like sprouting from her eyes and her mouth. Just bleh. But it was really bad CGI, but it was freaky nonetheless. Little bit heavy on the effects side. I feel like they could have went with something a little bit more subtle to get more of that point across. You got into the situation with him and his dad hacking at that tree that bleeds, basically sprouting rhetoric like a man takes what a man wants, and Intense ended up getting burned alive. Like vines popped up, grabbed him by the feet, dragged him to the fire, and he watched him old and him young, this is Avery I'm talking about, watched his dad burned alive. Could be part of the reason why he doesn't like the swamp, if I must say myself, you know. But that will really gives you a sense on why he might have a grudge against the swamp per se, and you know why he abuses it to his own accord in order to get what he wants. So you know, you get Holland, Swampy, who starts to talk to Avery. Looks like he's showing a little bit of empathy for Avery. I don't know if that's his human side or the swamp side that's doing that, but he starts to figure out that he's been placed here to try to correct the imbalance of everything that's going on and all the stuff that Avery has started that has the swamp all rah-rah. He's there to do it. So I don't know. But still, if the Green would show him that Avery is responsible for him dying and becoming what he is now, would he show that type of empathy towards him? What's keeping him from seeing that? Or is that his human side that's left in him? Or like I said, is that the Green, the part that took him over, the swamp thing that's not letting him see that? That kind of upset me, as it did other people. While I'm sitting here, before I came review, and I was reading what other people thought about it, that seemed like the part that jumped out. I checked out Den of Geek, I checked out some other things, and everybody seemed like that particular mode of that particular situation is what bothered everybody when it came to the episode itself, on why the Greens didn't show. If the Greens going to show him Abby's past, why not show him that Matt and Avery had that involvement in getting Alan murdered? I mean, I honestly don't know. What do I want to get into? Do I want to get into Abby being back in? Let's go to Abby. Abby being back in Atlanta. She was weird this episode. She got sidelined. She had the new assistant director, I think it was. I don't remember. Her boss, Dr. Palmer, which, if you guys don't know, Dr. Palmer is played by Adrienne Barbeau. Adrienne Barbeau. And for those who don't know, she is also from Wes Craven's 1992 Swamp Thing movie. Horror queen. Nobody can scream like this lady can scream. But she's playing Dr. Palmer, who is Abby's new boss and pawn of the Conclave. And basically, I mean, tells Abby everything that she needs to hear. She sucks at her job. She fell off the grid. She wasn't doing things by the book like she should. It was just crazy. And she had to take it all, because to be honest with you, that's what she is. And I don't know. Abby shouldn't be telling everyone about Alec. Shouldn't be telling everyone that he's turning into Swamp Thing. And now Harlan is likely dead and in the hands of the Conclave. I don't. It's a lot going on. Abby's more cause of trouble to the situation than anything when it comes to it. I do like that they put Abby to the side in order to brush up on the villains and make them more prominent in the story, especially 2 episodes left. You know, the climax of what has to come is going to come. So it kind of makes you wonder what Abby's role in the situation is going to be. But I wonder if she's going to be the reason why Swamp Thing succeeds in defeating the great evil or whatever it's going to be, or maybe she turns out to be the cause of this defeat. I have absolutely no idea. I did not watch this when it first aired on DC Universe. This is my first watching of this, so no spoilers in the comments, please. Let me enjoy this, because this I don't understand. I hope it's for expense reasons why this show was canceled, because this show is actually the best one of the live actions that they had come off of DC Universe, and in my opinion. But you got the Conclave who go to take Swamp Thing. You know what I'm saying? They go to take them. They use liquid nitrogen, I think it was. And you know, liquid nitrogen is going to freeze them, make them start slowly. But the way he rummages through that, and even through the liquid nitrogen crowd, the way he's taking people out and taking people down was crazy. But he eventually ends up being caught. Woodrow is seeming like he's a guy that's looking for all the answers. He's a real big dude, a real tall dude. And if I don't know if y'all noticed by the way they were shooting him, it's like they're shooting him to show his height now. Like before, he seemed like he was small and cowering, and now he looks like he has some backing and he's empowered. So that's interesting to me on the way that's going, how they're slowly taking him, because the different things that he's doing, the different ways they're shooting him with the camera, the fact that the conclave has seduced him and made him feel like he has this need for him, and like he's more of this person than what he was made supposed to be. They're bringing him a new lab for him to work in, and just going to help him to help them. You know what I'm saying? So they're massaging his ego in order to get what they want. I'm dug this episode a lot, man. Great character development for Avery, getting that background of what's going on with him. Watching Abby get backed into a corner by her boss, Swamp Thing losing, you know what I'm saying, a fight instead of, you know, being the monstrous that he's always is, just showing that our hero isn't unstoppable right now. He is new into his powers. He doesn't know everything that he could do. So that was pretty cool to me too, man. I'm really digging this show, and I really, really hope like HBO Max or something decides to go ahead and do a second season of this, because it deserves a second season. We still got all the Blue Devil stuff to work out. It's a lot of stuff to do. There's a whole bunch of other characters they can introduce. Santana, you know, we can have a whole Justice League Dark if everything goes right. Live action Justice League Dark would be dope, especially with Matt's Constantine. But we'll see. What did you guys think of this episode? I gave it up 3 out of 5. That's not that bad, right? It's better than 50%. You know what I'm saying? It's not Felon. It's better than Felon. 3 out of 5. I do think like some of the special effects that they used took away from the episode, and I wish they would have stuck a lot more. I wish the story was more just Avery and Woodrow, and we got more on their backgrounds and like more on what was going on, and then just had the Swamp Thing at the end. I feel like they could have did that stuff with Abby in Atlanta in an earlier episode after she got sent back, or they could have waited for like the first 5 minutes of the next episode after Swamp Thing was, because you know she's gonna end up coming back, definitely. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, you will catch us this Sunday, APlus Hero Report. Remember to get y'all questions in for us to answer live with y'all. Come join us at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Again, we have that Patreon for you guys to take advantage of for content that our regular subscribers don't get. You know what I'm saying? So just come check us out, man. Just come check us out. Help us grow. Yeah, that's right. I went there. Help us grow, just like that plant. I will see you guys soon. And as always, keep it A+. This has been a Nerd Mix. Indy out.